Today we are at Meg's Daily Grind, and we are talking Quiz Bowl over coffee. I mean, how perfect is that, right?
That is absolutely perfect.
Right. So I'm here with your Quiz Bowl host, your Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl host. I want to make sure I say it correctly. At Meg's, we're having coffee. What did you pick?
I go with the mocha usually. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's iced. Full disclosure, my daughter works here.
Yeah.
So if she's working, it's iced mocha because she's the only one that makes it right. But
Okay,
I go with the hot mocha.
It's because he has his own private barista. He's a little spoiled.
I do, and to be honest, so like on my birthday, she wasn't working, but I made her come in here and make me a mocha on my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Last month.
So I'm drinking the Autumn Leaves, which is their latte of the month right now.
Smells good.
It's heavenly. It's perfect for fall. So we're getting ready to start season 6 of the
Yes.
Bergstrom State Line Quiz
Season
Bowl,
6.
right? Okay. How many seasons have you been hosting?
This will be my 4th. I picked it up in season 3. So
Okay.
yeah, this will be my 4th season.
So as they're grinding coffee, I mean, that's part of it,
It's part
right?
of the
We're in a coffee
atmosphere,
shop.
yeah.
It makes sense. I'm sure you get asked about the show a lot. What do you get asked the most?
The question I think I get, well, first of all, the most in general question is, aren't those kids really smart? Like, that's the big question. And then the other one is, do you really know all the answers? And my answer
Well,
to that
where are
is,
we at with that?
well, yeah, of course I know all the answers because they're in front of me.
Right.
I mean, that's the answer.
Okay, so
But
that leads me into my next question.
Yeah.
So we got the first episode coming up October 18th. What kind of prep do you do before the episodes?
I spend probably about an hour of prep time per show. So I go question by question, really to make sure that I'm going to say things right and I can pronounce it right and I phrase it right. You know, I make marks on the script so that when I say it, it comes out correctly, because that can make the difference whether someone gets the answer right or not.
Right.
It's how I say the question. And then I want to pronounce things correctly. But, every once in a while I want to throw out like a factoid or something.
Okay, so I was going to ask that. So your pronunciations, by the way, are totally on point.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
always impressed. Like, okay, I know he's read over these. Like, he knows. So you do have little tidbits and little notes. Do you, as you're prepping, do you come up with those?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably one out of every maybe 12 or 15 questions will come with a little, parenthetical,
side
hey,
part.
just in case you wanted to know. But no, I go almost every question and I'll find something, especially if it's a question that I think might not be answered, because then it kind of fills a little bit of dead time, or you can throw a little bit of extra, well, maybe this clue would have helped, and then that kind of adds
Gotcha.
to it.
Because I've seen you do that. Like, maybe if you heard this word in this, you would have known. Or if it's like pop culture reference, like maybe something's topical, you'll go, oh, so-and-so, this happened this week.
Sure.
Do you ever have to go online and like Wikipedia things like?
I don't use Wikipedia. I try and use a source that's not, and then that.
Because you could go in and change Wikipedia. Like, I could go
Sure.
in and fix it, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I look, for something that's more of a legit reputation, a reputable source, but has a long reputation, to try and check facts and things like that. I have caught mistakes every once in a while in the pre-produced questions, because we pay a company to come up with those questions, and rarely I have found something that either was worded incorrectly or spelled wrong or something like that, or a number was wrong. I'm kind of a numbers nerd, so I'll double check numbers sometimes. So sometimes the math isn't correct and I'll look at it and go, oh wait, I think it should be this. And then I try and look for 2 other sources that confirm
That's
what
crazy.
I'm saying, and then make sure that it's accurate.
Yeah, I would just read the numbers and be like, yeah, that's it. 1 + 1 is 3, right? And no.
If you say it, it must be true,
It must be. It's
right?
written on there. Like, these are professional people that put this together. That's what I'm always asked. Like, do you guys come up with a question? And I was like, no, I mean, we're really smart. Like, all of our people are super smart, could totally do it. No, there's no way.
To be honest,
There's
it's a
no
lot of
way.
work, and
Yeah.
knowing where to go for the question itself, and also knowing, trying to keep the variety in there, because we try and have a variety of, like you mentioned, just pop culture, but sometimes we'll go from pop culture to, Katy Perry to quantum physics sometimes. I mean, that's how
Right.
wide the range is.
So are you ever in just awe of these students?
All the time. All the time. There are a lot of times where we talked about the prep and looking over these questions and making sure I pronounce it right. Sometimes I don't even have to get to the word that I was worried about pronouncing correctly, because I'll read half of a question and a student will know it right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, like you have to
So-
be ready, like, oh, okay, I didn't even need to know that because they already know it. I always leave there and after watching going, I need to read more. I need to up my game on my Shakespearean literature, quantum physics, anything to do with the periodic table. I mean, the list is long after you watch one of these episodes, and these kids just know it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So has there been anything over the seasons that has taken you by surprise? Like, that you were just like, oh, wow.
Nothing that surprised. There's some. So, I mean, there are a lot of moments, but the one that really sticks out the most in my head, and this goes sort of to your question about how, you know, you never know when a question's going to pop up and who your expert's going to be. Keith, 2 years ago, had they actually recruited an 8th grader to play on their team. They brought him up to play on the high school level team, and we had a question in our lightning round that had to do with famous battles. And I couldn't say the category fast enough before Cooper told the captain, battles, take that category, pick that category, pick that category.
Because he knew.
He knew them. So, you know, if you're familiar with the game, it's 10 questions in 60 seconds. And these were some obscure battles. You know, I think I had to name I named the battle, they had to name the country. I think is what it was. And they ran all 10 questions. He got all of them correct.
And Keith is coming back this season.
They are, yeah. Last year they didn't have a team, but this year they've got. They were kind of a last-minute addition. We had somebody who couldn't make it, so they filled in, and they've got
They did really well.
They did really well, but their first game is going to be an incredible challenge because the first game of the season is going to be a repeat of our finale 2 years ago when Keith was in it. So our first game of the season is Auburn-Keith.
Oh, you won't want to miss that one. That's going to be really good. Yeah, I was thinking about what my moment was, and watching was when one of the players nailed all 10 of a baseball topic in the lightning round.
Oh yeah,
And
it was starting pitchers.
Okay, and sports can tend to be, it's iffy. Like, if that's an option, they usually shy away from it. But he was like, you could just see it on his face. He knew it, and he would, like, with the battles, pick baseball. And so, I mean, he shut me right up.
Yeah, you never know with those
I
sports
was like,
questions.
why would you pick that? You're not going to get this. You don't know. And yeah, he knew. So season 6 starts Friday the 18th.
That's right.
I'm super excited. You can get all the show details, StatelineQuizBowl.com. Head over to mystateline.com. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
And we do have one quick thing to point out about.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's different this season. So throughout the end of this year, so when the calendar year is over, instead of Saturday on WTVO, it's actually going to be Friday, and that's because college football kind of messes things up a little bit.
Okay.
So it'll be Friday nights. 6:30 is our WTVO airing.
Okay, so just keep in mind till the end of the year, you got till
Yeah.
Fridays, then it heads back for Saturdays.
Yeah, and then we're back to our Saturday, Sunday schedule.
Okay, well, thanks for enjoying Quiz Bowl over coffee with me.
No problem. Thanks
Cheers.
for giving me.
Thanks,
for giving me a
Megs.
reason to come to Meg's.
I know, like, you ever need a reason, just show up here.
Thanks, Michelle.
Coming up, we'll learn about dental implants with Dr. Shaw from Chopko & Shaw, and Jody from Sugar Bridges this year with Halloween treats. Did you miss any previous episodes of Good Day Stateline? You can find them all right now at gooddaystateline.com.